Now to the latest on Ida. Now a tropical depression making its way further inland after slamming the Louisiana and Mississippi coast. That storm made landfall yesterday as a Category 4. More than 1 million people are without power tonight, and search and rescue operations continue. So far, one person is confirmed dead, but officials fear that that number will climb as crews begin to reach the hardest hit areas.
It was bad. It was the worst thing ever. It was the worst thing ever. I got my baby out, though. I wasn't going to stop till I get my baby out. Yeah, she all right. Safe and sound.
The Red Cross volunteer from West Michigan will be among the first people on the ground helping with the relief effort.
And News 8's Kyle Mitchell here now with her story and the impact that she hopes to make.
Brian and Sue, the Red Cross is assisting as part of a national effort to help people with essential needs. The volunteer from the West Michigan chapter will be filling a crucial role. Hurricane Ida's devastation has a West Michigan volunteer on the way to help.
The headquarters is in Baton Rouge, and so I'll run the warehouse in Baton Rouge.
Karen Neeb, a logistics warehouse supervisor, is on her way to Texas, where she will prepare to deploy to Louisiana.
Usually the first 2 weeks after a storm, we're working 17 to 18-hour days.
Neeb will play a crucial role, helping coordinate critical supplies throughout the region.
To the people that are still in their homes, we provide them with the comfort kits and water and food.
She's deployed to hurricane disasters before and knows the impact the Red Cross can make. On her first assignment, she was able to see that firsthand when driving a box truck and delivering supplies.
Just being able to give them assistance because they weren't asking for it, they weren't looking for it, we just showed up with a truck, was very rewarding. It was very heartwarming and humbling.
In addition to the challenge of cleaning up the damage itself, power outages on the ground are expected to linger, adding to the difficulties for the people who live there.
Before the storm, they were trying to stock up on snacks and the shelves were empty already. So we're going to be playing some catch up this week.
Despite the long hours, Neeb says being able to make a difference makes it all worth it.
At the end of the day, you know, what we do is big.
The Salvation Army in Grand Rapids is closely monitoring the situation and could send volunteers as well. Brian.
Cal, thank you. Ida will have impacts for millions all week long.
Yep, Chief Meteorologist Ellen Baca here now with a look at where it's headed.
This is going to continue to track up towards New England, basically Washington, D.C., and it could throw down some rain, about 1 to 3 inches, which is a little bit more than it did in Louisiana by a long shot. It's basically going to be pushing off to the northeast and weakening as it does so, missing us here in West Michigan. Here's Tropical Depression Ida, so it's gone from a Cat 4 down to just a tropical depression. This is less than a tropical storm in intensity. Sustained winds 35 miles per hour. That's basically nothing. But unfortunately, it's still unloading some of those rainfall totals on spots that have been basically inundated. Looking at Storm Track Live right now, you can see a huge shield of cloud cover. The center of the storm is weakening. It's still not moving too quickly, but eventually it's going to get its legs and zip off out into places like Tennessee and Kentucky. Now, we showed you the sustained winds near 35 miles per hour now. Here's a look at some of the peak wind gusts that Ida put down at landfall. 172 miles per hour. That's the highest we've seen. New Orleans through the entire downtown area sustaining wind gusts of about 90 miles per hour. But they ranged in that mid-sized tornado category of about 130 miles per hour for many locations. Here's how much rain the system put down. Still seeing drainage in a lot of spots to do this, but because of all the flooding, they're likely going to be rebuilding slowly and then dealing with mold and effects from flooding for years to come, just like they did with storms like Katrina. So here's the rain swath. Again, things are going to be minimized as it moves forward.